Well, we're here with Joe Bedingfield, head coach of the Willard Flashes, and I think one of the neat things we've been able to do with this show is give a little background about our coaches and give people a little bit of inside information about what coaching's all about. So you graduated from Willard, you were part of some very successful football teams, basketball teams. Didn't start here at Willard, but you came back. You're here, I think you said it was your 7th year.
Yeah.
What made you want to come back to Willard and coach basketball?
Well, it really was kind of a family move too. The job was open. I was very happy at being at South Central. Very happy working with Brett Seidel, who was the head coach there. I was doing junior high. I had really good kids, Simon Blair and Isaiah Seidel, and all kinds of different kids and good athletes that they had later in high school. And I just thought it was an opportunity for maybe. I always lived in Willard, and opportunity for my family to get under one roof. And I was able to get a job teaching tech, and I was teaching English at the time, so it was a different teaching job, one. And two, my wife was able to get a job at Willard. It was kind of like a package deal, and it was a family move because my kids were going to South Central at the time. My third daughter was going to start school, and she was teaching and Elena was teaching at Winford at the time, and she was going to take her to Winford and my other two kids at South Central, so it was like didn't make a lot of sense, and the opportunity presented itself, and I'm very thankful for the administration for taking the opportunity and hiring me and bring my family back here to Willard.
I think every coach, as they start their journey in the coaching field, kind of has a philosophy about how they want their team to play and what they want their program to be like. Kind of in, maybe a short few words here, what's kind of the philosophy of your program?
Well, we kind of started with great teams have great teammates, and we kind of stapled that even on our whiteboard in the locker room, and just trying to understand that we're teaching these young men more than just basketball, and be a great teammate. We tell them all the time that you're going to be a part of a family one day. Obviously, you have a family, but you're going to be in charge of your household, and you're going to be a family member, and you might be a dad or dang it, sorry. So we just try to instill that the number one thing is to be a great teammate, and if we're going to have a chance to be a great team, and you have to be a great teammate, and hopefully that carries with them when they have their own family and when they're on their own boss and things of that nature.
I think also as coaches, we all have people that have influenced our coaching career, from when you started and then throughout. So at this point in your coaching career, who would you say kind of has influenced your coaching career? Individuals or, maybe whoever, who would be like people that have modeled, that you maybe try to model your coaching after?
Well, I try to do things coming up the right way. I think a lot of times now guys want to be a varsity coach, and maybe they don't understand what it's like to be a junior high coach. So when I first started coaching, I was a 7th grade coach, and then Matt White hired me, and I took something from him, and then Adam Kreischer, who's at Norwalk now, had me be a JV coach when he got hired at South Central a long time ago. And then Nos, who I played for, had me for 1 year as a JV coach, had me come back to Willard. And then Dave Hershey obviously got the job after Nos, and I was able to get hired with him for 2 years. And then I tried to go out on my own for a few years at Seneca East, and that was okay. And then I went and coached junior high at South Central with Brett Seidel. So I've been under a lot of different philosophies and different head coaches, and I just took a little bit from each one of those. But I would say, I've been with Hershey the longest, and obviously I played for Nos, and Nos, had a great impact on me in terms of wanting to be a coach and how to run a program. And then Hirsch, obviously, with his preparation, the way he studies the game and the way he loves the game, it's, enjoy really working with him. And then I took something from each one of those coaches, and I'm very appreciative of working under all those coaches. So just try to be my own coach, really. But I think you can learn so much from other people. And then, I got Nate Hill that I talked to a lot at Colonel Crawford, and David Sheldon at Colonel Crawford. I pick their brains a lot. So just a lot of different coaches in general.
Favorite part of coaching?
I think we like the process. You know, we like learning new drills. We like the, you know, the daily practice of. I know the players much rather play the games and things like that, but the strategy, the chess match, and preparing, you know, and trying to figure out, you know, how to get the kids to play their best basketball and maybe get them to you know, push them through a wall a little bit, and just seeing that progress throughout. And it's been kind of fun to see. You know, when Max Dawson and Cam, when I first got here, they were in 6th grade. So it's kind of see the progress of those two individuals too, and what they were able to accomplish. You know, sometimes you think kids are going to be really good in junior high, and you know, it pans out. Sometimes they shock you, and they take it a little bit farther than what you even thought.
Flip it 180 degrees. What's the least favorite part of coaching?
Well, I think some of the things you can't control. You know, the least favorite part of coaching is the things that you can't control. Obviously, you know, I've been very fortunate. I haven't had to deal with a lot of parent issues or anything like that, but just things you can't control that maybe take away the energy you need to focus in on your team, and kind of distractions. But probably that would probably be the best or the least favorite thing is just overall things you can't control.
Well, you said you got this question asked of you a lot, so we're going to ask it. You know, your wife just took over the Willard girls program this year. You know, I saw her this summer up at the thing at Cedar Point. You know, how do you handle that? I mean, how does that work? I mean, because I
called David Sheldon. That's what I do. And I said, how in the heck have you done this for so long with your wife coaching? Because it's just it's been good, and obviously it's been challenging, you know, because she's a great mom. She does a lot of things around the house that are not getting done as much, but she's doing a good job of coaching as well, and it's been challenging, and it's good for our girls program that she loves it. She's working hard at it, and the one thing that I try to do is keep my mouth shut and just listen and not. Sometimes she's looking for some advice, but you know, I talk to David a lot, and David says, Joe, just if they ask for advice, he goes, give it. Otherwise, just listen. I think that was the best advice.
How do your kids handled it?
The most surprising part is not my oldest daughter, because she has no choice but to handle it well. But the two youngest are 10 and 12, and they're just remarkable at things getting done at home. Like they'll have things like supper be made, and their responsibility level has really gone up. And I don't know if that's fair at times, to be honest with you, but I'm just so proud of the youngest kids because they've handled it pretty well and they've enjoyed it so far.
You know, it's interesting. I mean, obviously coaching, and you know, we've had these discussions about, you know, coaching and you know, your family. But I had one guy said, where could you have a better place than to have your kids in the gym with you almost every day? He said, and most people don't get that opportunity to take their kids to work, you know, every day. And that was at the end of my career, but I thought that kind of hit home because, you know, you take a look, if your kids are able to hang around a Max Dawson, there's not a better influence that they have. So
they do that a lot.
So really appreciate you taking some time, giving a little bit of insight, and we wish the Willard Flashes the best of luck this season.
Thanks, Joe.
Yep.